pretty much, getting together. I know we'll probably know how much the government pays youth coppers. We've probably gotten together and put all our resources together to build until where we are now. And the major challenges that we have would be logistics, would be corporate structure, and it would also be, like you mentioned, the branding image of Nigeria. But how we are alleviating these problems are the most important part of our business. If you recall, sir, I mentioned something called an escrow. Right from time, an escrow is a service that you would pay or you make a deposit into, and until both parties are certified okay, before payments are being released. Now, what we would actually require in essence would be collaboration and backing of, say, the federal government of Nigeria. Because Uber as a company, when Uber was going to start, there are already businesses of, say, transport businesses, but it wasn't organized. So what we're doing is not necessarily new. We're not vanilla. It's something that is already happening that we want to put a structure to. Then you mentioned, sir, it says size of the market. There is a website called map.trade. If you were to go...
Can we keep this answer a bit succinct so we can wrap up on it?
Okay, sir. So if you were to go on map.trade at any given time and type in 2 countries, it shows the volume of business between 2 countries at any given time. The online market space represents an over $60 billion opportunity that is yet to be tapped or yet to be structured. So from Nigeria, like I live in Malaysia, from Nigeria to Malaysia alone, there is over $300 million in terms of trade deficit that could be handled. And this includes agro value chain, it includes chemicals and raw materials, it includes even what we have done with the, the creative industry. We can repeat that in other industries. I don't know if that answered your question, sir.
Okay, we're going to take a last question for this. Whoever you can get the mic to first is the last question, because we need to keep on moving.
Good afternoon. My name is Odufuwa Julius Oluseyi, one of the board members of Fuwa Agribusiness. I want you to shed more light on a situation where the customer has already placed an order in diaspora, and the seller had already sent the goods to the receiver. But during the course of transit, there was a delay, and the good got spoiled. Due to, it's a perishable good, and it got spoiled. Who bears the loss? Is it your company or the seller? That's one. The second question, again, is how do you tackle approvals of your goods when you are selling it outside, when you are exporting it out? Because you need to get approval from NAFDAC. So I want to know how you want to get your approval when it comes to, let's say, pepper or those raw materials. When we get it from locals, the more we keep seeking for approval, the more the expenses keep increasing, the more the costs keep increasing. So, when the cost is too high, we will surely, it will encourage competitors to sweep us outside the market. So those are my questions. I need a clarity.
Okay, before you answer, let me just say something. Remember, I'm going to say this again. We're here to pitch for investment, right? So that question is very, very relevant, but you have to, if you're going to answer it, you need to think that, well, at the end of this, is this going to lead towards an investment, or are you just sharing information? Are you here just to lecture? Because if you're here to lecture, this is the wrong place. So we want to just focus things, because it's almost like water. If you don't give it direction, it goes anywhere. You are here, you're seeking a pitch. So please answer it from a pitching point. So keep it limited to that. And if you can't answer it, just leave it alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the question. To answer your question, I would like to make one observation, right? Now, the cost of exporting raw materials, which is what Africa or the sub-Saharan continent have been doing for a while, actually cost us more money. If you heard my pitch very well, I mentioned value chain, right? If you were to sell a bowl of ginger unprocessed, and you were to process the ginger and sell it, because you mentioned agric, right? You would find out that there is almost a 5,000% difference in the cost. So what we're saying is, give me tuwo masara, but already processed, that I can pre-mix in the corner of my room in New York or in London, and I can taste tuwo, but don't give me the raw tuwo and expect me to go and make it. Do you get what I'm trying to say with that? So what I'm saying is, in order for us to actually get down to who we want to get down with, your products would have to have gone through a certain value chain. Of course, we're creating a part of our company that is dedicated to what we call branding and counseling. So if you come to us with that idea, we could help to refine it in such a way that gets you ready. And we have the opportunity to also partner with, there are lots of them in the room as well.
We need to stop. Sorry. This is pitching. So we have to stop you there.
Okay.
Because he didn't ask a pitching question. We haven't answered the pitching answer. You've not asked for any money or anything. So I need to stop you there and thank you. Please, round of applause. Right? So straight away, as an interventionist, my feedback is that this plane wasn't landed. Your expectation was you're coming here seeking investment. So when you go forward with another pitch, please try and land your plane and make an ask. Ask for an investment, ask for equity shares, ask for some sort, or even a loan. All those things were not, they were not addressed, but your actual business model sounded really good. Your business sounded good, so I like that. That inspired me. But the way forward in a pitching contest is with this excellent business model and your good speaking skills, you must bring about an ask, and then people will respond on that. Okay? So thank you very much for that.
I didn't say first question that was.
No. It's almost like a car. It's almost like a car. If you're driving somewhere, don't let people take you off the road. You go, you have to focus. Your focus is pitching. So thank you. Round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I guess we just have to stay within the time that we have. And we actually have a time constraint, because one of our panels is really going to be made up of people from the diaspora, and we have a time limit with them. So we're going to move through the next two very quickly. I'm going to call on Mr. Tosin Abioye of Itsekit Limited. Mr. Tosin, you have 3 minutes, and it's 3 minutes. And after that, we will have our last speaker in this sector, Ms. Eseogene Ariana Gordon Eferemo of FIAM. You will be the next, right after Mr. Abioye. Take the floor.
Good afternoon. My slide, please. Hello, my name is Tosin Abioye. I'm the Chief Executive of Ice Kits Limited. We are a technology company that has created a product for the construction industry. Our product is called Rapisolve, and the second one is called Rapisolve AI. I'm here today to ask for an investment of $5.5 million for 20% equity in our business. Now, we are solving major problems in construction space and in the infrastructure space. I've listed here 4 top problems that we are solving. We are doing more than this, but a few of these is, 1, deficient estimating. Now you may be wondering what's wrong with that. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen abandoned buildings, abandoned roads, abandoned bridges, all over. And you wonder why didn't you finish this project? A big part of that is cost overrun, because when you are planning or when you are estimating for your project, you send your quantity surveyor to go do market survey, they go to price today's price. And then you are submitting a bid that before they even approve is 6 months' time for a project that will start in 1 year time, and you are using today's price. So a lot of the time you are budgeted 100 million naira to finish a 10-story building, and that is supposed to last for 3 years to build. But then after the first 6 months, you have already spent 100 million naira. Where are you going to get the cost to finish the rest? Because of the excessive variation, projects become abandoned. We are solving this with artificial intelligence that when you are doing estimating, you don't need to use today's price because it's not going to be the price next year. You can actually tell the system the date of your project and it will give you the estimate for that date. So that if you know that it's going to cost 500 million, don't start if you don't have the money, or you reduce the size of your building. A couple of more problems that we're addressing is no single source of truth, where people work in different systems, and there is no place for everybody to gather to work together. Architect, engineer, contractor, quantity surveyor, everybody is in different systems, and nothing is coordinated. So we have built an end-to-end software that is enabled by artificial intelligence, both generative and predictive, to solve all these problems. Next slide, please. And now this is our market size. Globally, we play in a global space. The construction software market size right now, as of 2023 actually, was $9.12 billion US, and is projected to be 21 billion by 2032. Now, our addressable part of this market, which is about 75% of it because of all the modules we cover, in our software we have 25 applications. So all these applications that we cover is like 75% of this market size, and that is what you can see on the screen, which is $7 billion market size. Now, when we bring it to Nigeria and Africa, we are talking about $39 million industry. That is where we play, and that is why we are inviting you to join us to play. Now, why should you join us? The next slide talks about the reason why we are asking, why we are telling you that we are going to be a source of investment. I mean, we are good recipients of your investment. Number one is what we focus on. We are focused on an industry that is not going anywhere. Construction is not going to die. Population continues to grow. Disaster will always happen. Things will always happen that will make construction relevant forever. So we are inviting you to join us and invest in this venture with us. A couple of other points are there, but because of my time constraint, I will not be able to go through. I'm available at our exhibition booth there. We are exhibiting, and I'm available to take your questions. Thank you very much.
All right, so do we have any questions in the house? Please, if so, please put up your hand. Yes, there's a question there.
Thank you. My name is Tunde Balogun. I love that. Rapisov.
Thank you.
My concern is that I don't want to look about the costing aspect of it. I'm looking about the rudiments. I use the word rudiments. Why? In construction, it could be abstract. Why? Because you're looking at technological way in the area of construction. What methodology, particularly in refraining that frame, particularly when it comes to real estate? Because you more focus on a particular aspect of construction, which I don't know, is it you're using a software analysis to do the methodology, or you have a physical framework in which rapid solve as a technologically advanced in terms of technology-wise? I want to know in what area of that construction is Rapisolve as a player.
Thank you very much. So my background is in building technology and quantity surveying, and for the past 12 years, I've been an enterprise solution architect in the United States. So construction is my world, and enterprise system is my world. What Rapisolve is an end-to-end enterprise system. It takes everything from after design. Design is the only thing we don't do because we don't see any problem in design. There are so many solutions for it. But once your design is done, everything that you need to do in construction, in the contract management, in the project management, in the procurement management, in the compliance management, everything else you will need to do in the life of your project, you can do inside Rapisolve. Like I mentioned, there are 25 applications in it. Thank you.
Next question. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Uzwazo Ikiligbe. I'm a financial consultant, and I want to ask two questions. What the investor is interested in is the money he's giving to you. What are you going to do with it? You need $5.5 million. What will you apply it in this project? Are you using it to buy? Is it on CapEx? Is it on operational expense? Which aspect is he funding? The second question is, what will be my return if I raise this money for you?
Thank you very much. So on the slide where I mentioned our ask, I showed what we are going to be doing with it, but to summarize it, we're asking for $5.5 million. Right now, our enterprise solution is in the market. We came out of beta on October 30 in Nigeria. So we will need $2 million for market development for that is Nigeria and the rest of Africa. That is what we need the $2 million for. For our artificial intelligence, which is currently in build, we also need $2 million to do research because our solution is heavily data-based, and we go to every country to get the data to train the artificial intelligence model so that we can predict accurately. The other $1.5 million is to help us launch in North America because we're a global company. We have a base in Vancouver, BC, and we have already done research and development for Canada, so we will be releasing in Canada at second or third quarter of next year. So US and Canada, we need 1.5 million to launch there. That is the total of 5.5 million. Thank you. And what you will get for 20% equity stake, we are not going to be paying dividend now because, of course, we are just starting. But if you stay with us until we start to pay dividend, then you will get dividend. But if not, if you want to exit, maybe in the next round, or you want to wait with us until we go public, definitely you are getting a lot of money for your buck because right now our valuation is $25 million, and I'm hoping in a couple of years we will reach $100 million, and a short while after that will become a unicorn. Thank you.
Okay, this is good. I just want to water down what he said so that we can really get it. He said this is a new company. They're looking for $5.5 million for 20%. He also said the valuation now is 25, right? So do the math. His valuation is 25. He's asking for 5.5, which is about 1/5. And valuations are done based on speculation, right? So that bit is to be understood. The kind of questions that, as an interventionist, I would say people should ask is, one, tell me about your team. And the reason why I say this is because no matter how affluent and sharp this man is, God forbid, if he drops dead tomorrow, who's going to look after our $5.5 million? So you want to know about his team. What he has described that seems quite viable is the market space. The market space is tech, is AI. AI is just scaling. Whether people in Africa like it or not, AI is scaling. And newsflash, in Africa as of today, Nigeria is not actually registering as being an active user of AI. That's really bad. That tells us that if we don't jump on board, we're going to be in a poorer position. So that means that your children will end up being poorer if you don't get on board this. This is a massive scale. South Africa is ahead of us. There's a document on this. So this is really important. That doesn't mean jump on this, but it means pay attention to AI. So we want to know his team. That's after he's come off. The market space is good, and he's also described his business model. So my view is be prepared, sir. When people say, I'm setting you up, they're going to ask you about your team. Please answer them. They're going to ask you a bit more about your model. Answer them. But your marketplace is a dead-on winner. Real estate, even in Abuja, you can see construction everywhere. And if there's a problem in real estate, it's called price control. Today, cement is this. Tomorrow is that. It's price control. So his AI that he's saying somehow can predict. So that you don't start and say, contractor, how much? 50 million. Madam, you don't change. Now 70 million now. That's what it means. So he's trying to mitigate that. So if that registers to you and you think that's a good way, once again, you can invest money in this type of business and watch it scale. Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure having you here. Thank you. Okay. So before we call on the last person here, by the way, let's give a round of applause for this lady. She's just been all day, and I've been watching her. Well done. So, in our midst, we have so many amazing people. I'd like to call on for a goodwill message, Ambassador Tamuno, MD, Abuja Invest. Ambassador, you're welcomed. And it's nice to see you today.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ambassador Maureen Tamuno. I'm the Group Managing Director of Abuja Investment Company Limited. Abuja Investment Company Limited is actually a holding company for the FCTA, Federal Capital Territory Authority. I want to thank my dear sister, Honorable Abike Dabiri, for this invitation, and to congratulate her for being the bridge between our great country, Nigeria, and our sisters and brothers in diaspora, and to use this opportunity to also welcome and thank those of you from the diaspora for being here. I work very closely with the Diaspora Commission because, like you know, Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, and of course, Abuja Investment Company Limited is the gateway to business in Nigeria. So we have the backing of government, but we are a limited liability company. And so to answer the question of a gentleman who asked how you could secure your investment, gone are those days when you don't have, people to hold on to. I would probably be a GMD for 3-4 years and leave, but there will be a GMD. We have different portfolios we invest in. We do public-private partnership. We just finished the first Abuja Investment Business Summit, which was exceptional about 2.5 weeks ago. Most of the business people I saw here today were there at that event. And our portfolio is a lot. We have the Technology Village, which is one of our associates. If you're coming from the airport, you'll see the Technology Village, where we have a lot of people and a lot of business owners settling in there. It's emerging business, but the beauty about it, it's a free zone. So for example, if we have investors that come there to do an industrial hub where standardized goods can be exported out of Nigeria, of course you know that it will be tax-free. We also have the Abuja Film Village, which is on 3,000 hectares. It's an area for investment. So we'll be working very closely with my dear sister who has done so well. Like when she came, when we had the meeting with a cocktail with the ambassadors, she gave a goodwill message, and I would like to say here that my sister, it is not just giving an office to someone, but someone who knows what to do with it. 7th edition, we're very proud of you. Congratulations. We will work with you as an Abuja investment because next year we're scaling up from the summit we had to go to the UK, to also go to America, to get to talk to the people. You could invest in Nigeria and you will see your investment live. You don't have to worry about it. This company has been on for 30 years. We have the Abuja Market Management as a subsidiary. We have Abuja Property Development Authority as a subsidiary, the urban mass transit that you see in Abuja. We're scaling up. We're working on the CNG buses very shortly. So I thank you so much for this, and I'm glad I'm here to see. And please trust Nigeria, especially this administration that has opened up. Before, I didn't even know we could have a program like this in a government-owned facility. But this is to tell you that government is getting closer to the people. So have faith in what we're doing. I am a proud Nigeria. As an ambassador to Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Belize for 4 years, all I wore was Nigeria outfit. Let's be proud of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Don't go. I need to say this. That was a pitch. That was a pitch. Let me tell you what she did. A pitch for venture has a limited partnership, which is the government, right? So the government has put money in. Then they put it into a vehicle, which we will call general partners or practitioners like her. And then they are tasked with growing the money. So the government will say, take 1 billion. In 10 years' time, give us back this 10 billion, 10 point X amount, and then it grows. This is what most of the people coming here are asking you to do in their businesses. Give us money and watch it grow over a period of time. I loved your pitch, and I want to connect with you.
Yeah?
Thank you. Well done. Honorable, stop bullying me. Okay. Honorable has to stop bullying me. He has to stop bullying me. All right, so next person up, Group Managing Director, Extra Large Farms and Resorts, Dr. Moji Davis. Dr. Moji, here? Good afternoon. Looking swanky in green. I see your shoes. I see your shoes. You're welcomed.
So you just had the honorable to stop bullying you. So you need to stop bullying me too. Good afternoon, everybody. Your Excellencies, in absentia, and dignitaries who are still seated. It's a great privilege and honor for me to be here this afternoon. I am Agbebirin Moji David. I'm a farmer. I'm a food producer. I'm the Group Managing Director of Extra Large Farms and Resorts. We are the biggest luxury farm operator in Nigeria. Thank you so much. We are very happy to partner with NDIS on for this great event. I remember I was with Honorable Dabiri in Canada about 3 weeks ago, and we have almost everybody who was in Toronto, and we're still here again in Nigeria. Thank you so much for having us. We believe in Nigeria. Being a returnee myself, having sojourned, looking for the greener pastures, when you leave your greener pasture to go seek for yellow pastures somewhere, the green pasture is here. All the money you're looking for is right here in Nigeria. And I'm always a proud advocate of stay in Nigeria and let's build Nigeria. And that's why I strongly appreciate what the NDIS is doing and what NIDCOM is also doing for businesses all across the globe to let people know what Nigerians are doing. First thing, especially for those of us who travel a lot around the world, your green passport is almost like let's just be honest. Everybody prefers to have another passport than the green. There's this thing that comes with the green. But we want to let people know that great things are happening in Nigeria. Nigeria has almost the best talents anywhere in the world. We have the smartest minds. We have great entrepreneurs, and we should be proud to showcase ourselves to the world. I am standing here today as an agripreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur, but I focus much more on the agribusiness space. We are farmers. We've been in farming business for 16 years. We have 21 different your staple food products to our name: your rice, your beans, your gari, your palm oil, your soya oil, your locust beans, your everyday food but void of chemicals. I am a living witness to the fact that you can eat your way into wellness. You can eat your way out of any health challenges. Having been diagnosed of fatty liver some years ago, and I ate my way out of it, just food without any use of drugs. Now, going back to agriculture, we all know and we all admit that Nigeria doesn't really have a good presentation for agriculture. And when people hear about agriculture in Nigeria, the first thing that comes to your mind is dirt, dirtiness. It's like a business for the never-do-wells. Oh, like if somebody's not doing well in whatever it is, they say, go back to your village and start agriculture. But we at Extra Large Farms and Resorts, we are here to wear a new apparel for agriculture, not only in Nigeria, but Africa. And let people know that agriculture is a business that, you can be proud of. And that led us to the establishment of the biggest luxury farm resort in Nigeria. Yes, it's a farm, but you can imagine a Nikon luxury hotel right inside a farm somewhere in Ogun State of Nigeria. So, thank you so much. So you're thinking about holidays, you're thinking about annual general conferences, you're thinking about family staycations, you're thinking about weddings and all that.
20 seconds left, please.
Thank you so much. You would ordinarily not think about, having such in a farm. But because we've been able to redefine what farming looks like and bring luxury, bring life, bring fun into the farm, and then you have that now at extra large farms. And we're giving people the opportunity to own personal holiday homes right inside the resort, which is Extra Large Farms Resort, because most of the headaches most people have as diasporans is you have a property back home in Nigeria, nobody's looking after it, your house is just being locked there, and it's a waste of investment. But when you own a home in Extra Large Farms and Resorts, it's a holiday home, meaning you have a place to come in, you have all the ambience and beauty and everything, but at the same time, when you're not there, your money is making your house is making money for you as vacationers are coming in, and you're making money on a daily basis. Thank you so much. We are just outside there in case you need to speak with us. Just look out for Extra Large Farms and Resorts at the exhibition stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the last presentation in technology, last but not the least, and the youngest person to present on the floor. Essay. Round of applause. Essay, you have 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, and it is an honor to stand in front of a crowd of change makers and individuals. And I am proud of my country, Nigeria, just looking at the wonderful people in this room. So, I also want to thank Mommy Abike because she has given me the opportunity to speak now and speak tomorrow. So she said I should speak shortly. So my name is Eseogene Ariana Gordon Eferimo, and I have come up with an AI-assisted and interactive service, multi-service platform that is set to change the narrative of the service landscape in Nigeria. If you are tired of foreign services, Nigeria is here, FIAM is here, my service, to make the service landscape better. So watch out for me tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Essay, and definitely the whole room will be looking out for you tomorrow. I'm going to introduce the sector. So I'm just going to hand it over to Dr. Badeva. Round of applause for her.
Hello, everyone. Hope you are connecting and networking and getting investments. The next sector actually is creative, and if you know me, you know that's my industry, my first love. So to introduce the sector, I just want to make an appeal to our filmmakers who are listening, to investors who are wondering. The creative sector is by far one of the most lucrative industries in the world. The film industry alone in Los Angeles is responsible for over 30% of the income that goes into the state of California. So you can just imagine, our movies are the most prolific in the whole world. My thesis is on the Nigerian film industry. So this is from fact, from research. And I know if you can just take away the idea of asking for handouts, the idea of asking for grants, and you look at this as a business, with a business model, the sky is the limit. As you know, our music industry has transformed. Every airport, every restaurant, every nightclub, everywhere you go all over the world, guess what they're playing? Afrobeats, right? So now Nollywood movies are on Netflix, but we're not getting justice. So this sector is to appraise the business potential of the film industry, of the music industry, of the fine art industry, fashion industry, all of it together. So let's start thinking, because I guarantee you, if you invest in a movie that has a potential to be a blockbuster, you will not regret it. Thank you. On that note, I will now call on the moderator for the sector, who is none other than Mr. Patrick Doyle, a famous actor and broadcaster in Nigeria.
Mufasa, not Mustafa, not Mustafa. Hello Afa, no Kokosa. Girl, your body, she know, I shake and we shakara. She say, looking yashki, go, paka the roll like a rolling boat. Oh, who see the body the move like do. I come out to tap.
Okay, just to let you know why we shifted this up, we have a famous movie producer, record producer in Hollywood. He's an American filmmaker by the name of Foster Corder. He's filming, so he had to take a break from filming just to be here. And you know, time is money in Hollywood. We also have another filmmaker in Canada, Mr. Niyi. He actually stopped production for an hour so that he will be able to make this time. So it is important that we stick to the time, and after this panel discussion, we'll now move into the pitching section. So I would also like to call on a new friend that I made. I looked on his Instagram page and I was like, wow. He is none other than Mr. Richard Mofe Damijo, the RMD himself. So let me just tell you something. So you know the power of Nollywood. I met RMD at the Silicon Valley African Film Festival in San Jose just last month. And I invited him and he said, sure, I'll be here. So I took a picture with him and I put it on my Instagram page and on my Facebook page. Guess the people calling me to wonder, how do I know him? None other than Americans. They were like, oh, I saw your picture with RMD. I was like, you know RMD? I said, yeah, Nollywood actor, he's very famous. People know who we are. So let's really respect the industry. We have Mr. Foster Corder, he's online. We have Mr. Idris Olorun Nimbe, is the Chief Executive of Smooth Promotions Limited. We have Mr. Ayo Animation. I mixed it up. We have Mr. Idris Olorun Nimbe, founder GCE, the Temple Company. And then we have Mr. Ayo Animation, the Chief Executive Officer of Smooth Promotions Limited. Then we have the Nigerian-Canadian filmmaker and movie director, Mr. Niyi Akimolayo, is online. So I now depart and hand over to Mr. Patrick Doyle. The session is yours. Can you hear him?
Okay, hello? Hello, can we hear me? All right, great. So this is all about attracting investment from the diaspora towards the entertainment industry in Nigeria. Now, the exponential upward swing of the Nigerian entertainment industry has launched Nigeria into the stratosphere of global pop culture domination. The analysis of how we arrived at this enviable position is in itself the stuff of myths. Many would believe that the Gen Z generation singularly brought about this miracle of global dominance. To believe this would be to discount the heroic and pioneering efforts of our cultural heroes past. Today, we will attempt to establish the links between the pioneering work of the Fela Kutis, Hubert Ogundes, Olu Jacobs, Ike Dairo, Celestin Ukus, and the Rex Lawsons of this world, and the successes that we are celebrating today. We shall also make an effort to identify the factors that precipitated the explosion in the Nigerian entertainment global stage, When that is done, we will identify strategies to perpetuate our stay on the global cultural stage. Finally, we will try to identify the plethora of investment opportunities that exist within the Nigerian entertainment industry and how to engage these opportunities in a cost-effective and profitable manner. Commendation for raising such a cerebral and distinguished panel of discussants has to go to the organizers of this most significant event. I therefore have no hesitation in declaring ahead of time that participants at this summit are about to be enlightened and empowered to engage the Nigerian creative community in a mutually beneficial relationship that will further consolidate our standing on the global stage. And that said, I would like to, we have already been introduced. You know that seated next to me is the legendary Nigerian actor, Mr. Richard Mofe-Damijo. And next to him, Idris Olorunimbe, Temple Productions. So it would appear, what we do not have here is someone from the music industry, but Temple Productions used to do music. You're still doing music. Okay, great. So we can now get it up and going. Nee is on air. Nee is joining us virtually from Canada. Where are you, Nee? Is Nee able to communicate with us? Okay, this is working now. Great. Is Nee able to communicate with us? Well, okay, I have set the parameters for what we're going to talk about. Let's just go straight into the opportunities that present themselves. Ayo Animation, I would have thought he would have come and see. He's 5 minutes away, so he will join us. And great. Nee, okay, Nee, hi. Nee has directed a couple of movies that I have featured in. So Nee, hi, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you, Uncle Patrick.
Okay, if you can kill your volume there on your device. All right, so gentlemen and ladies, the Nigerian industry has found something. I wouldn't have to call it a renaissance would be a misnomer because we'd never had it this good. So I would like for RMD to proffer what he thinks was responsible for this explosion of Nigerian pop culture and what we did right that brought us to this place.
Hello? Hello?
Two.
Okay. I think that Nigerians are the reason why we exploded. We told stories that are for our people, from our people, for our people. We told stories that we all could relate to. It looked like ordinary stories at the time when they started, but we piggybacked on what had been established on NTA. So by the time Nollywood was officially introduced as finished plays or finished TV drama or finished TV films on CDs and tapes, it was a question of just exporting what the people were used to from Village Headmaster and the rest, Masquerade and all of that, onto a form where they don't have to time what is happening on TV. They can sit back in their living rooms and just like they used to watch wrestling or whatever foreign other films that they could watch on their devices, they could then watch Nollywood on their own devices. And that was what was primarily responsible for the explosion of Nollywood in the industry.
Okay, so we'll go to the man from Temple Productions. Temple Productions has invested quite a bit of money already into Nigerian talents. So I would just like to ask, especially in the music industry, so how can a corporate investor tap into the abundant talents that we have, especially in the music industry? How does it work out, given the new format of music production and marketing?
So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. Apologies for coming late. Schedule said we were starting at 4 p.m., so I thought I came early, actually. Please forgive me. So, the first thing is that there's a demand. We all agree that there's a demand. Now, in the past, the challenge was with infrastructure, that we didn't have competing infrastructure to be able to make the same quality of audio productions that obtained everywhere else in the world. Well, that's no longer an excuse. Now, in terms of our population size, our youth demography, and the fact that, okay, Afrobeats, as we know, don't blow, there's still a huge demand. Now, the band always said, maybe since about 10 years ago, that content is the new crude. So what it means is that that end product that we make, maybe it's a movie starring RMD and Mr. Doyle, or a music video that was shot in the studios of Mr. Animashan, it is bankable. So what it means is, by putting your money in it, you own something that's tangible. And I mean, piracy is still a challenge, but because the marketplace is digital, so all of these things also have their digital IDs. So it has even made it more difficult for you to copy it and copy it in the way that our forebears suffered. So there's the opportunity, there's the demand, and there are the people like us who are willing and able to use your money wisely for you and to get you the best product and to also look after it for you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ayo Animashan of, amongst other things, he's the CEO and chairman of HIP TV. HIP TV is a music channel. HIP TV is a music channel, and your channel is on the DSTV platform and several other platforms around the world, right?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay, so Ayo, you have a grounding in the music industry and in broadcasting. So maybe just give us an overview of how you engaged in that space and how it has become, for you, it is a profitable thing, and how can you advertise the profitability of the Nigerian music industry for you, for instance, a broadcaster, and which other ways can it be? Can we get our brothers in the diaspora to engage and, collaborate with you?
Okay. First of all, I'd like to say I apologize for being the last person to come on stage, but I was the very first person to get here this morning, so I took a break. I'm sorry about that. Thank you very much for your question. You see, what we prayed for many years ago, we are happy to see happen during our time. I remember many years ago, the artists, they were not even known across the country. Just only a few of them were known across the country. Now, some of our artists are selling big shows around the world, and it didn't just happen. It was with a lot of intentionality. And this started happening a long time ago. People would remember 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But then I remember 1999, all the way in
in South Africa when there was a Kora Awards, and Femi Kuti was Best African Artist, and also Channel O Awards when they had like 28 categories for Africa, and our artists won 14 out of the 28 categories. It's been a very, very hectic and difficult journey. For me, I started with a magazine, a songbook with lyrics that I started hawking myself, from Ikeja Underbridge to Oshodi, and other places. Then it became a national thing. I sold the magazine across the country. Then promoting music, and there were only a few channels. I remember Live Beat, and a few channels that were actually actively promoting our songs. Right now, the major thing is that these artists are around the world. You don't have to do much thanks to technology, thanks to internet, thanks to streaming. We've passed the era of the Alaba market when an artist will release an album, in the form of CDs, sell 50,000 copies, sell 1 million copies, and the marketers will say it sold 50,000 copies. Now, you release your songs globally, and we're also lucky to have international record labels. We have Sony Music, Empire Music, Universal Records, and a lot of them, signing our artists. That way they are earning, foreign currency, and they are performing, and they're helping them promote their songs and putting in millions and millions of dollars, behind, or their music, investing in them. Now, how do we push more? How do we push more, and how do you guys in the diaspora help the artists in Nigeria? The opportunities are massive. We need you guys in the diaspora there's so many artists that will never be as good and as talented as either Olamide or Wizkid or Davido, but they would never, unfortunately, hit the limelight. I see them every day. They will never hit the limelight if we do not have more people investing in them, more people, interested in them, more people putting in money in the entertainment industry. And we can't always all depend on the international record labels, because there's so much they can do. Well, with streaming, with the fact that we put our music out there and it goes out there, there are like small, little record companies, not so big record companies around the world. I remember when Empire started, they were not so big, but they are big on Afrobeat now. They are the ones that signed Ashake, Empire Music is on Ashake, Olamide is on Ashake. The whole YBNL team, they're on Empire Music. And we need more record labels like that, and we need Africans in the diaspora, Nigerians in the diaspora, to champion this cause. We see that when these guys go out there and they perform at shows, people sing along, and your friends that are from other countries also escort you to their shows. They sell out big venues around the world, and they will sell more shows across the world than they do in Nigeria. And we need more help from you guys to invest in the talent that we have in Nigeria, so that we can further showcase them.
You're using the word help, and we would like to help the people in the diaspora by giving them viable, profitable, and bankable ideas on how to engage the Nigerian music industry from where they are. So if anybody's going to be doing, I'm just saying that we're not looking for help. What we want to tell them is, partnership. What can they do? In what ways can they engage the music industry in Nigeria?
Partnership. Okay, I'll give an example. When we went to the NDIS, we had the NDIS in the US, and especially in Atlanta. The last two editions of the NDIS we had in Atlanta, and we had.
Sir? Yeah, sorry. And I just remembered we have somebody in Canada. I mean, is he in Canada? Where is he? Is he? Okay, if I could. Okay. you have directed some very, very bankable Nigerian motion pictures in the recent past. So can you just, but you are also a member of the diasporan community, but I see you here more often than I think the people see you in Canada. So just for the purposes of this event and the audience that we have, can you just tell us how you got engaged with the Nigerian motion picture industry and how sell it to your diaspora audience? How is it that you seem to be more successful here you are more successful here than the chances that you'll be able to create for yourself in Canada. So talk about that. Talk to that.
Okay, all right. So this is just to add to what Uncle Richard has initially said. I think what has happened is that first we found more cost-effective ways to use technology to improve our production values, and that is the reason why you have the Netflix, the Amazons and all that coming here. But primarily, it was because we cared so much about the authenticity of our stories, telling our stories the way we wanted to tell them. But now understanding that with the use of technology, accessibility to better production tools, we can leverage on that and do something at scale. So the last, 2 films that I've been involved in with Netflix is current Lishabi and Jagagun, and they did huge, massive numbers. They grew the subscriber base of Netflix, and even when we did our partnership with Amazon Prime, there was a lot of significant rise there. And this is largely because they now found these products that they thought were good for global consumption that we could use. For people, what is important to note is that Nigeria we can think about this strictly like manufacturing, a business where, the raw talents are here and we find a way to make all this work and then we can sell. If we do not have proper distribution outside Nigeria, we're not going to be a sustainable industry. The poverty and the economic, worries in the country doesn't really help that much in helping people, in making people commit that much to our work. But we know that there is hunger for it. So if I was in that era, I would be thinking, how can I leverage on technology to make some of the films that are being made here accessible? Also, the other one that I think people should think about is, can you come and invest back here to actually create content? And the content doesn't even have to be completely Nigerian content. We have all the space, the land, we have, more capable hands. Some of the big science fiction films in the world are shot in Morocco, some are shot in Kenya, some are shot in different parts, Rwanda, of Africa. There's no reason why you cannot have international productions leveraging. And everyone is excited about film villages and, renting huge warehouses where they can build sound stages. If I had some money in diaspora and I was looking for, more financially sustainable ways of creating production, even for, an international market, then I can think about coming to Nigeria, work with some filmmakers here, get land, work with the government and bring some of those productions. When you bring those productions, you empower the people here, naturally they take some of all that learning and all that experience and it automatically grows their industry. Another key area that people abroad should explore is animation. Animation is powerful, and we are one of the leaders of animation in the country. Animation is powerful because what you really need is just people. It doesn't require, that much physical things moving around. You can actually be running an animation studio in Nigeria and you don't even live in Nigeria. All the animators can be working remotely if you're willing to invest in an animation studio. Animation is very international. You can make an animation that services North America, that services Europe. You don't even have to make an animation that is based on just Nigerian stories. You can find stuff that can service even the game market, like in Canada. for example. So those are like ways I would think about people in diaspora investing in the country.
Thank you very much. Now, let me just, for the benefit of everybody here, the Nigerian box office as of September 2024 has grossed about 5 billion naira. This 5 billion naira, before now, foreign films that were exhibited in Nigeria accounted for a majority of the box office. But as we speak right now, Nigerian film titles account for 50.4% of the Nigerian box office. So that means that as of the end of September, Nigerian films have grossed in the box office meaning the cinemas, have grossed 2.5 billion naira. And this is largely due to the good work of actors such as RMD. But RMD, you were lead in the Black Book, and from the analytics we've gotten from Netflix, it is said that Black Book was probably the most successful Nigerian African film on Netflix. Okay, sorry, African. I was on Black Book also, so there. So, but what I'm saying here is that we have that motion picture was done in Nigeria, and it was done, and it has become a reference point even at Netflix, and they point to it, and that is like a pointer to how good the Nigerian motion picture industry can go. What is, if you were going to make a pitch to someone to do something like that, especially people in the diaspora, what would you tell them, and how can they key into the success of a motion picture like the Black Book?
Okay, so let me just first say that nobody is coming to save us, and so the work, nobody is coming. The only people that will come are the ones that are here today, the diaspora. It's like a reserve team that you call when you have a problem. The power of the diaspora is so underrated that if you do not begin to celebrate meetings like this and what Dr. Abike Dabiri has done, and what everybody else who is making sure that the diaspora is doing what it's doing today, we will lose it. The partnership is already happening. In fact, when you were quoting the figures of the Nigerian film industry up until September, I can tell you here that by June next year, from January to June next year, we will surpass the entire monies that has been done for this year. The reason being that a lot more diasporan people are beginning to cooperate with us. We are in production meetings right now with a lot of diasporan Nigerians who are ready to invest as a result of the success of Black Book. We shot Black Book with almost $1 million when we did it. And because of the success, the minute we got our first payment from the streamers, we paid back all our investors. And so they are the ones who were even ready for us to do it too before Netflix even talked about it. Now, what's the point I'm making here? The point here is once we begin to build trust between our businesses here and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, the exponential growth that we are seeing at the tech level and all of that will begin to filter down into agriculture, into real estate, into everything else. I know that because of how fintech is, it is probably the most visible right now. So we are celebrating unicorns and all of that with all the new valuations that are going on, and Flutterwave, Piggyvest, and co. But you can multiply what is happening in those sectors to other sectors. How are we going to be able to convert what is happening with music, what is happening, in the film industry, what is happening with Greek? I am so delighted these days when I see young people say, I'm a farmer, because you can sit in Lagos or wherever place and just moan from morning till night that nothing is happening, that there is no growth anywhere in this country, there's nothing going on. But there's just so much more going on. What needs to be done is to harness. But I'd like to put a small component which I do not want us to miss. There's a tendency to always talk about making money and opening new frontiers. But let us not forget that when you are dealing with the creative sector, there is a component that is part of our culture. The creative sector in every place in the world, every place else in the world, is a responsibility by the palace. When I say the palace, I mean government or kings or queens, just like we used to have commissions in those days. Whilst we are thinking about all this partnership, the Diaspora Commission must begin to also make sure that there is a little component for development. Because if we miss that, then we will be missing a foundational thing. We need to always have that small percentage that is grants for people in the creative sector. Because like they will always say, you will find that in the UK, in Canada, there is always fund. There is always funding, all kinds of grants for the development of the arts. Even in America, in the heart of Hollywood, you will still find that there are musical grants and all of that, so that you can continue to develop orchestra music, jazz music, those art forms that are not wholly commercial in their expression. So I don't want us to miss that component as we talk about, profits and partnerships with.
Okay, there's one more person who's in the yes. Who is?
We call on him. Foster.
Yes, first.
Foster.
Can we see Foster and speak with Foster?
Hello.
There you are, Foster. Now, Foster, I understand you are a Hollywoodian.
Yes, sir.
All right, so please, why up to the few engagements that we've had with Hollywood, with mainstream Hollywood, has been at the instigation of Nigerian producers. For instance, a very famous American actor acted on 93 Days. That would be, I forget his name now, Danny Glover. He came to Nigeria to take part in a film here. If we even go back to antiquity, there was a film called Countdown at Kusini, which was shot in Nigeria, and it had the man from Mission Impossible. You remember the man in Mission Impossible? He starred in that movie, which was shot in Nigeria. And I'm talking about in the 70s. So we have been the ones who have been instigating Hollywood to collaborate with Nollywood. Now, is Hollywood ready to initiate that interaction at this time? The same way that the American music industry, the black American music industry, seems to be very, very eager to engage our musical icons.
Right. Well, I agree, but I think Hollywood is always ready to engage in any area that can be profitable. From listening this morning and knowing what I know and what I've experienced from working with a few Nigerian directors here and where the industry is at, I think the gentleman that just on your panel that spoke about investments and grants and government support, I think that's very important. But it seems to me that education is a big part of it too. In educating the Black and African diaspora around the world, because Hollywood, as we know, has been controlled by non-Black people for many years since its existence. And with technology and everything that is happening today, I think that we need to take more pride and feel better about what we can do, what we control, what we can control, our creativity, our stories, and not try to be white, not try to compete with white people, but understand our power. What you speak about the music industry, how Afrobeats and these things have become part of pop culture, for lack of a better expression, right? That's because they don't think about trying to please anybody. They're doing their art. So I think that if we as filmmakers and as storytellers, investors, if we just have confidence in our stories, because we have so many. Black people control the music business right now, for the most part, hip hop and Afrobeats. That's been for years. You know, for many years they said American black films wouldn't sell internationally. That's why you never had the Denzels, the Will Smiths, and the Morgan Freemans prior to the last 25, 30 years. Before that, because I mean, I'm 72 and I've been making movies my entire life. I've supported filmmakers here in Hollywood my entire life, so I've seen the change. And for me, I think that investors in Africa, investors in America need to understand that entertainment is green. Education is power. We have to feel good about ourselves, we have to invest in ourselves, and we have to market to ourselves. When they first started selling rap music, they weren't trying to sell it to white people. These were guys making music in the bedroom, at their mama's apartment, in the garage, and they were going out and selling it out of the trunk of their cars and on the street corners. And now, white people all around the world are buying hip-hop music. So I think you have to be confident in who you are, not try to be and compete with somebody else. There's enough money around the world.
I got you.
For the African and African-American film industries to join and be totally successful. But we have to come together as a people. We have to market to each other. We have to stop trying to be spread out. Stop trying to be Warner Brothers and Universal.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We have that power.
Thank
we
you,
can be that, but we have to build it from within.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's all I got to say.
All right, we're about to round this up, so I just would not. I want to go around the panel right now. Temple Productions. If you were to want to, is there anything that you would have wanted to engage with anybody outside of Nigeria? How? Very, very quickly.
Okay, so quickly, I'm the Temple Management Company. Temple Productions is Ego Boyo. So before I get a letter from our lawyers. So yes, I mean, it's very simple. Where should you put your money, diaspora? I think we have a very balanced relationship. We need you and you need us. We have 3 deficits: infrastructure, skill, and talent. Talent pipeline.
Did you say skill or skill?
Skill.
Okay.
So, I mean, we find that we have good people doing good stuff, but we need more. How many internationally trained or that level of expertise gaffers do we have in the industry? How many sound recordists do we have that have gone through the proper process, that didn't just learn from assisting on set? So we need that. We can do it through exchanges. For those of you who are participating in our industry, you can come. We have the Giddy Creative Center that we've run. So I mean, there's so much, so little
All
time.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me, Mr. Animation, is there anything you want to?
Yeah, what I would say is that we've not milked the popularity of our music enough. Last year, Afrobeats generated over $345 million on streaming, and I'm not talking about all the streaming platforms. Spotify and another platform generated over $345 million. We are very big on concerts. The artists make a lot of money on concerts, but there's just only one festival in the world that represents Afrobeats, Afro Nation, and is owned by Live Nation. So we don't own any world-class streaming platform. We don't own the only first music festival in the world, and we have so many talents across the continent. So we need to do more. We need Africans in the diaspora to help to partner with us so that we can create more festivals for Afrobeats. There's so much money that's not being made now, and it may not be made if we don't do more in owning, especially the infrastructure and the processes of making money big.
So there's an opportunity for people in the diaspora to come together and organize festivals where Afrobeat music can become
concerts. Afro Nation is not wholly owned by Live Nation. So my Tunde Falaoyo owns part of it. Tokwela and his Helios owns part of it as well.
I know that.
So,
I know
so
that's
it's
the
not
Live
wholly
Nation
owned
part
by
of it.
it.
That's the Afro Nation part of it. Yes. But I'm talking about Live Nation. Live Nation is owned by.
All right, we're about to round up right now, and the long and short of it is that, please, I would like for people who want to do some micro investments, setting up a YouTube movie channel that's a low-hanging fruit for people in the diaspora. The average cost of to set up a YouTube movie channel and the returns on the investment are huge. I urge you to research the return on investment on YouTube channels, and the cost of producing YouTube movies is like about 10% of the cost of a blockbuster. And so that is something that I would ask people in the diaspora to look at. It's a very low-hanging fruit with relatively small investments in terms of what you need to put out.
He mentioned something that is very important. He said, you need us, we need you. Some of all of this is going on already. The diaspora, at least I'm working with a few of them already. Recently, a friend of mine just left 2 days ago. She came from Maryland. She's not even Nigerian. She is from Cameroon. She came to shoot YouTube movies. So a lot of people are already coming and trying to invest. The issue is the trust issue. Some of them have been burnt, and because they've been burnt, they don't want to come back. So the prayer is that if you're coming to this sector, please don't be in a hurry to start with everybody that comes to you first. Right. To say they can build something with you. Look for the people, the arrowheads who are there, and ask them. Look for character references before you throw your money in.
Great advice.
They can work with the Diaspora Commission, because what happens is that it is only when they have been burnt that we get the phone calls that say, "Oh, RMD, you know this guy? I gave him over $20,000 and he hasn't submitted films to me." Because we've had reports like that, and that's very discouraging.
Okay, so that's it. That we can throw that to the NITCOM, for NITCOM to be like a vetting agency for people who want to interact with people. And yes. NITCOM, you know that I'm here, and if you need any information about people in my industry, I will give it to you straight up.
Thank you so very much, everybody on this panel. Please, let's appreciate them. And there's a point I want to make before we close. The entertainment industry impacts every single sector of the economy, every one of them. You're making a film, you're depending on energy, manufacturing, petroleum, you're depending on agriculture, you're depending on hospitality, every sector whatsoever. Fashion, everything. You have to have costumes, you have to have makeup, you have to build sets. So really, it is.
You just mentioned something. Those of you who are in real estate, practically all, because we do not have sound stages, most of our films are shot in shotlets, owned by a lot of you who will stay abroad. So the film industry is keeping your shotlet business alive and doing well.
Thank you so very much. Nollywood, Hollywood, everyone. Okay, questions. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, not a question, but essay. Said she has a solution to what you just said. Why can't we have, all over the world, have our artists come together in one place, in the diaspora, which is what you have said, and we are ready, Nidcom, to work with you. In fact, we're ready to set this into a team, if you don't mind.
We'll work
one or two
with
people
her, Essie.
that can. Essie says she has a solution. Come and tell them. It's 20 years. She said she's the solution to everything you have said.
Fiam.
So, you can call me Fiam from now on because I provide quick solutions to Nigerian problems. So, so I've noticed we have a lot of Nigerians So we have a lot of Nigerians, and when someone does something, most people want to break into the market as well. But then it's harder for you to break into the market when some particular people are already in the market. So, and it's really difficult to reach top-end institutions that provide entertainment. For example, if I want to reach someone like Davido or Whiskey to come for a show, it's so difficult to reach these people, and it's so hard to find their managers and all those things unless you go through so many places. So why don't we have a platform where these institutions are registered on, and to know that you're serious, you have to pay a particular fee to set up a meeting with them. That way, it is easier for the Nigerians, the mass, to get access to these people, but they can't get access to you if they don't have the funding or the ideas. And people on the app, and we, the back-end people, can manage and vet them before getting them to you. So the producers, like you people, distinguished, can, so that the distinguished here can easily, okay, I've said what I want to say at the end of the day.
Okay, you set up a distillery where you distill.
A platform where we vet them, but then we vet them so that you get the clean people and they come to you and you're able to pick those talents.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we really need to wrap it up. Yeah, is that all? Okay. We still have the pitching session on entertainment sector. Okay, picture? All right. Once in a lifetime opportunity. We have the president of Actors Guild Abuja chapter in the room. Is he still here? Mr. Emmanuel, come on, please. Oh, should I move out of the picture first? 'Team members, if you want to take pictures. Oh!
Let's take our pictures in the next 1 minute and round up. We need to start the pitching soon. $50 and we wrap up. Get into your picture quickly. Seconds.
I like a blood vest.
20 seconds. We're moving into the pitching section now.
to somebody and my speech is on it.
No. This is not possible at all. It's not possible. What? I mean, this way. There's no need. It's all right, please. If we'll move on now to the next session, to the pitching session, please. I hope the pitchers for creative are present. The creative pitchers, are they present? Announce them.
Okay, while we wrap up on the pictures, the moderator for the pitching section is Hajia Amina Musa Baba Suzuki, CEO, Pan-Afrique Investment Consultants France. The interventionist for the session is the CEO of Bridge and Value Paris, Mr. Abiodun Dominic Odunuga. I'm just going to read out the names of the 6 pitchers that the moderator will call later on. So the pitchers in this session are Uyi Shalom Enabulede of Chiki Films Productions, Bob Olukoya, Diaspora Fund for Grassroots Sports, John Mark Emenga Iyo, Extreme Visual Media Limited, Olufunton Fawohure, Chef Funti Place, Emeka Charles Uwanko, Beva Nova, Destiny Omon Nollywood Ghana chapter, and last, Dr. Uche Ibe, Made Fashion Nigeria. So now we hand over to the moderator, Hajia Amina, to start the session.
Okay, I will just move.
Round of applause, please, for Hajia.
Do you want me to come there and I can speak? Hello, hello.
Production house. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed participants, good afternoon. My name is Amina Suzuki. I am the CEO of Pan-Africa Investment Consultant. Okay, it's not loud, right? Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Which one is better? Oh, maybe I should. Hello, maybe I should speak very loud. Yeah, okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amina Suzuki, CEO of Pan-Africa Investment Consultants, PAIC, in France. We actively participate in prestigious events like the Cannes Film Festival and MIPCOM, where we position Nollywood on the global stage, attracting international collaborations and partnerships. By leveraging our diaspora connections and promoting Nigerian culture, we can create sustainable job opportunities, boost our economy, and enhance our global standing. And it is an honor to be your moderator for today's session, focused on vital areas of creative arts, culture, and sports. These sectors are not merely avenues of expression and entertainment. They play a crucial role in our economy and society. The creative arts and culture industries are significant contributors to employment and GDP, while sports unite us, fostering community engagement and promoting youth development. Investing in this field is not only a chance to generate economic returns, but also an opportunity to positively impact lives and inspire changes. It's also not merely an economic strategy, but a comprehensive approach to nation building. Today, we are excited to introduce a lineup of innovative features who are at the forefront of these sectors. Each presenter will have 3 minutes to showcase their business ideas, highlighting their potentials to attract investments and drive growth both locally and internationally. Following their presentation, we will invite our interventionists to share their insights and recommendations on this promising venture. So let us begin. We will invite our, let us begin. We will invite our, this one? Okay. I have already said it. Each presenter will have 3 minutes to showcase their business and ideas, and so that we can attract investors. Following their presentation, we'll invite our interventionists to share their insights and recommendations. So let us start with our first speaker. Is it Uyi? Hello, is it Uyi Shalom? Uyi Shalom? Uyi Shalom, yeah. Uyi Shalom is from Chiki Films Production. Welcome, good afternoon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Media, please. Video. Video.
Forgive my counterpart, my queen.
I promise you, everyone involved in your death won't go down alone. Their families will pay for your blood.
I will put a bullet through your heart.
This is for my soul.
The cash is for the people of Kina community.
Who the hell do these guys think they are? The big score indeed.
Hear or see anything suspicious, let me know. Philip, you come.
I'm a hacker, so I return the favor. The heist that will bring Honorable Adams back.
We're very close to apprehending them. I just need some more time.
Okay, my name is Shalom Uyi Inabulele. I'm the founder of Chiki Films Production based in Abuja, Nigeria. And I have over almost 20 years experience in filmmaking. And over the years, I've been opportune to work on major films like Up North, Baron Queen, and The Big Score. Today, I'm here to seek for 200 million to expand my business. My company right now is valued at 110 million naira, and we are giving 20% equity in our business. With this funding, I tend to make a feature-length film that will tell the African story so that we can meet the demand for our films in Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube. Our approach is different. What we want to do is not just making films, we're going to rentals as well. So at the time we're waiting for our films, we're going into rentals as well. So our renter is funding the business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Uyi Shalom. Are you done?
Yes.
That's a very interesting presentation. We're going to call on our next speaker, Jean-Marc Mohenga from Extreme Visual Media Limited. Please. Yes. No, I think we'll do the questions after. We'll do all the pictures, then we'll do the questions. He's not here. So please, Mr. Uyi Shalom, will you come back so we can do the questioning now? Thank you. Yes, any questions from the audience, please? For Mr. Uyi from Chiki Films Production. Questions for Mr. Uyi Shalom from Chiki Films Production, based on what he has said, what he told us.
Any questions from members of the audience in respect of the pitch that you've just listened to? If not, we'll move on to the next speech. No questions?
Actually, the discussions we just had from our panelists before this pitching, there's a lot of things, and gave a lot of information about the Nollywood and Nigerian creative arts. We can't say more than that. They have already done, the base for us, and we really appreciate it.
There's a question here.
There's a
All right, thank you, Mr. Uyi. I noticed that you kind of rushed through. Okay. Perhaps you even just spent 1 minute. I'm not sure about that. And you ended very abruptly. Okay. But if I'm correct, you also talked about rentals. Yes. Is it part of what you want investors to invest in? You didn't really talk much about that. So what exactly is the rentals part about? You talked about evaluating your business at 100 million, is it?
200 billion.
Okay, so you're requesting for 200 million. Yes. And what is that 200 million going into? It's important that you let us know. But you just ended with that rental thing. You didn't really talk much about it, so we probably didn't get a clear view of what you wanted. Thank you.
Okay, the 200 million is going to film production, rentals. So one of the reasons we are doing rentals is that I've noticed in Nigeria today, what's the problem of major film companies is there's no money funding the company. So most times, if you have rental business, it can fund the company. So that's why we're going to rentals. So that even when we are in post-production, our films, we have maybe 6 months or 7 months to produce a film, our rentals can be going on and we'll make more money and the business will not die. That's the reason why we're going into rentals.
Hello, thank you. One problem with most Nigerian businesses is they want to go it alone. Are you into partnership with other companies, or are you into partnership with Nollywood? Because definitely going it alone, you will not find it easy. Thank you.
Okay, I'm in partnership with some of my colleagues and some other partners.
We have 2 questions online. It says, how much sales so far, and what's your valuation based on?
Okay, I didn't get the first one.
How much sales so far, and what is your valuation based on?
Okay, the 2 films we just watched are in post-production. We just rounded up, so we're going into sales right now. Okay. And second question?
Valued at 100 million. Seeking 200 million for a 20% equity, which puts the company valuation at 1 billion. I don't get it.
No, the valuation is 110 million naira.
All right. And you are seeking for how much?
200 million. Yes.
For
20% equity. Yes.
Yeah, they're saying it doesn't work out. Maybe you can justify it.
Oh, okay.
Can you explain it?
Let me save him. Okay. Don't answer that question. Let me save him. If your valuation is 110, you cannot be seeking 20% at 200 million. Because what you're saying is like saying, how much is this yam? Is 100 naira. How much you want to sell them? 500. That's what you're saying. So you don't understand. So let's do that again.
Okay.
You want to think about a valuation and an equity share that is reasonable, or no one's going to buy off you. But don't worry, part of this is learning. So after this, come and talk to me. Okay. And on the house, I will show you how to do an evaluation, okay? Thank you.
Welcome. There's one person. Somebody says.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Chiki, I remember Mr. RMD said the short black book for about 1 billion or thereabout. You need some money to do some films, and about 200 million is actually what you're looking for. So my question now is, how many films are you thinking of doing? That's one. And what's the time span of getting return on investment? Because I know one of the biggest challenges we have in this industry that I'm also in is return on investment. So what time are we looking at? Okay, my name is Emmanuel Eyaba. I'm a filmmaker and a media consultant, former chairman, directors Guild of Nigeria in Abuja. So my question is, what kind of films are you thinking of doing? And then what's the time span that an investor is looking to get investment? Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're making a blockbuster movie, and with the experience I have, I know what it takes to get to Netflix and Amazon Prime. And we'll be making one major feature-length film, then we'll be making some films for YouTube as well. Then in terms of when your return on investment, it's going to take almost 2 years, a month and 8 months, a year and 8 months.
All right, thank you. There's a question from the back there.
Yeah, I think someone a clarification on your reference to renter earlier. When we hear renter, those of us from diaspora, we are thinking of movie renter that is a dinosaur now. I believe you meant equipment renter. Could you clarify?
Oh, sorry about that, but it's equipment rentals I'm talking about. Because in Nigeria today, one of the major issues is film equipment. There are things you want to do, but sometimes you don't have the right equipment. So that was why we want to go into proper film equipment. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And of course, the discussions continue even after this, where the networking continues. They are out here and they're still here. We can still, anybody who is interested in his company, he's still here. We can ask questions. I think for the next 3 days you'll be here, isn't it? Yes. So I will invite our interventionist to say something briefly.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
You have to press. It's okay, yeah. Like
Hello?
this.
Hello? It's not working. Hello?
At the end, okay. Okay, so let's invite our next pitcher, Mr. John Mark Mahenga from Extreme Visual Media Limited. Mr. John Mark from Extreme Visual Media Limited. You have 3 minutes to present your
Good day, everyone. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to the whole NDIS team. I'm trying to get myself into order because I pitched here last year about a project that I needed investment and support to make a movie about the thief culture. And I got that support from the NDIS team, not just financial support. I got technical support, I got knowledge. I was put through a workshop for 6 months by Mr. Chike Uhofia, the director of African Film Festival, Silicon Valley. And it didn't just end at workshop. Even after the movie, I just finished filming 2 weeks ago. He's still following even down to this morning and want to know the progress. So I'm very grateful to the NDIS. I'm very grateful to our mom here, Honorable Abike Dabiri, for putting up this platform. So right now I'm here to show you how far, what we did on set. It was challenging,
And then?
I'll show you what we did, and then I'll tell you what my ask is. So media, can you just play me the behind the scenes from across the valley while we're shooting? Thank you very much. Due to the very short time, like we just finished filming last week, the movie is in post, we couldn't put up a proper trailer, but I hope the journey I took you through the behind the scenes showed you the elements of what you'll be expecting to see in the future-length movie, which is a movie about the thief culture. Not just the thief culture, it's a story about the Nigerian copper, a youth copper who was posted to do his NYC over there. He found hospitality, he found peace, and there was an ethnic union between both ethnicity. So this is how far we've gone with it. We're in post-production, and I'm here because of the support I got. And so far, so good. While still in post, I've had a lot of engagement with aggregators, with people who have already engaged in and want to have this on their platform, which is a very good place for me. All I have to say is, I had a dream when I was 11, when I was 12, that I would tell a story about my culture, the thief. And with the support I got here, I didn't just end up telling a story about the thief, but I also had my own story because the experience was massive. So I'm here to ask for people who will come on board as we roll up with the next phase of the production with their names and their signature and imprint on this project. So what I'm giving out is a naming right to both brands and individuals. I have naming rights for both brands. Like if you want your company to have a signature registered on it before it goes out, before all our publicity materials goes out, for the premieres, for the cinemas, before it get out there, there's a naming right for you. And also, there's also naming rights for individuals who also want to put their signature on this great thing that has happened to the Thief Nation, as either as an executive producer and as an associate producer. So what I'm giving out here is a naming right, and there are a lot of privileges that come with it, which is special appearance at all our premiere site, and your brand and your personality will be clearly and visibly represented in this project. So this is my ask here. And for the brand, we're asking for just 5 million naira to have your brand represented on this movie. For an individual, 2.5 million naira for your name being represented as an executive producer, and 1 million naira for associate producers. I want to tell you that what I started here is great. And just like I said, I'll keep thanking NDIS. I'll keep thanking everybody here for the support they gave me last year. And I believe that with the support I'll get this year, we will continue to tell our stories. It has always been our desire to tell our stories. And on this platform, we're able to achieve that desire. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Extreme Visual Media. That is a very interesting presentation. Thank you so much. And if we understand well, you are asking for investors. You are actually asking 4? I don't understand what.
Okay.
Because I heard 5 million.
Already have investment. It's the investment that has enabled me make this movie this far.
Okay.
So I'm only here to offer what I have, which is a naming right.
Okay.
Before we roll out all our publicity materials for it and have the movie out.
Okay.
So what we're offering is just a space where we could accommodate others to have their signatures on this great history.
Okay, signatures means like executive producers or?
Yes, as an executive producers and for brands, you
for
have.
brands, for advertisements, publicity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we have questions.
All right, we have questions here.
Do we have any questions for?
First question,
Extreme
Honorable
Visual
Tarab.
Media?
Thank you very much for that presentation. But what I would like to know is, are you sufficient? Because I want to know whether there is the need for you to require investors, or are you just looking for partnership? Does it mean if you didn't get such collaborations, you can still go your way? Because we need to know what's your valuation at the moment. What's your current investment? What do you need as a whole to conclude this movie? Does it mean that you are satisfied with what you have and you can go ahead, but you still need collaborators, or you're stuck somewhere and you need to move ahead and you need support?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that question, sir. Yeah, at this stage where, let me use the word, let me answer from your second question. I'm satisfied at this stage. I could move on from this stage with what we have. Like the movie was fully supported and funded from pre-production to post-production. That's the stage we are. So even if I don't get collaboration, I can still go ahead and get the movie done and get it out.
All right, so if there's anybody online, that you're online, you're on Zoom, you're online, if you have a question, please send it through so that we can read out those questions. While we wait for that, so you are not looking for investment in your business. It's just for a production of a film. Yeah?
Come again, sir.
You're not looking for investment in your business. You're just looking for extra cash for a film.
No, sir.
So what are you looking for?
Just like I said, I'm looking for partnership and collaboration just before this movie rolls out. For this present movie that I just showcased here.
So it's for a movie, not for a business. That's what I'm asking you.
Not for a business.
It's just a movie.
A movie. Yes.
That's one. Number two, you already have investors.
Yes.
How much have they given you?
They've given me 15 million.
Right, and you've invested all of that in it?
Yes.
So what do you need this signature? How much is that? How much does that cost? And what's it for?
Okay. Like I said, it's the first aspect, which is the brand naming right, which is about 5 million. I did this movie as an independent filmmaker. Now, for the people coming in as a brand, I'm registering their brand as an official production company that my movie is showcasing. So like when the movie starts out, the credits of the movie rolls out, before it gets to where I receive the credit, let's say it's a deep motion picture film. So you see Deep Motion Picture presents a John Mark E.O. film. So now that place for placement is vacant. Not really vacant. I can still go ahead with my brand, but
it's an advert. It's an advert.
Yes, it's an advert.
It's not an investment, it's an advert.
Yes,
Thank you. You want advertising. That's what I want to know. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. If we don't have any further questions, we can go to the next picture.
We have online comments.
We have another online question. Okay.
On Zoom. I'll bring the mic so you can read it out.
No, I can't see them.
George Online says, we at Diaspora Impact Television Corporation will be happy to stream your content on our streaming channel. www.diitv.com.
Thank you, George.
That's good news.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank
NDIS,
you very
thank you.
much.
Thank you, the diaspora. Thank you, all Nigerians in diaspora. Thank you, everybody who is in this place.
I would like to use this opportunity also to point out that we have brilliant young men with good creative ideas, good contents, good intentions, but from what I can observe is that they lack a bit of government support. Already, it is a good thing what NIDCOM is doing, bringing them out, but this is supposed to be more like a concern of a different ministry, but yet here we are with NIDCOM. I would really like to appeal to Nigerian government to come forward for us with infrastructures, and we will do the rest. We will bring in the investors and we will invest, but we would really like to see something in place, something in on the ground also, you know, a lot of things that will encourage investors from the government side. Thank you very much. We can go to the next picture.
Okay, just can I
Yes,
have a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, before I leave here, I really want to take this opportunity to thank some people, especially that I want to mention their names, who made it possible for me to be here. First of all, I want to thank my big sister, my elder sister. First one, she's here. She's part of the NDIS team, Martha Iyo. She's back there. She's been doing a lot. She introduced me to Mrs. Marie and Dr. Badewa. I want to thank them also. Mrs. Marie has been a wonderful mother to me. Dr. Badewa also. All these people have given me support. And I also want to specially thank Mr. Chike and Dr. Garba Ali.
We can't thank enough the organizers of this
Okay,
event.
attention, Chike is actually online.
Ah, fantastic. Is he online right now? Should I introduce him? Okay. Who? We have a question. I think Honorable wants to speak. Can you please pass the mic to her, the microphone?
Yeah, just not to forget Chike. Well, he's online. Thank you so much. We will see him. But I just wanted to announce to everybody that, I think I said it earlier, the governor of Niger State, Governor Muhammadu Umar Bago, has given 100 hectares of land to Nollywood in Niger State. So he said, any one of you that wants to, because he told us in Canada, Nollywood, you just see, is it, which one is Hollywood? You just have right Hollywood. He says, come to Niger State. He's give you the land. You can come and film. You can come and do anything. And so I'm also telling you, you're not from Niger, but you can go to Niger and get up that space and complete your film. And when you're ready, SSA Niger is here. Ambassador, then DG Niger Diaspora, come and reiterate what I just said. So Niger is open to all of you in the film industry and music industry. And he says he will fund it too. And then have you asked your state governor? I'll take it to Yes Father, Reverend Alaya.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma. Okay, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, you know, the space is there for you.
Okay, sir.
Freely donated by my governor.
Thank you, sir.
And he's interested in seeing you make use of it, just like the if you go to Los Angeles, then you find Hollywood. So you want it there, Nollywood, so that you can explore the expanse of land in the way you best know, it can best be used for the purpose.
Okay, sir.
And we hope that you will not do, you don't have to take time. You should be able to take ownership of it immediately.
Okay,
take
sir.
it when
Thank you
it's
so
hot.
much.
Okay, sir, we'll do,
Thank you
sir.
Thank you so much.
Is Chike still on the line? Does he have something to say?
I think Chike was supposed to. Yeah. Hello, Chike.
Yes,
Are you still online?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, I won't take much of the time. I just want to say I'm sorry I'm not able to be there physically because of schedules. But just congratulations to all of you. And to this young man that I just presented, I'm really very proud of him. You know, when he came last year, this is a testament to the power of NDIS and the power of mentoring. And when he presented last year, he will be the first one to let you know that he didn't quite have it together. But some of us saw something there with him. As you can see, this is a confident young man, brilliant young man, but it was just that I think the pitch he had failed him, and we felt that we couldn't throw away the baby with the bathwater. And so right after his pitch, some of us, put our arms around him and said, it's okay, you have something and we'll walk the mile with you. For almost a year now, I've been in meetings with him, mentoring him personally, and with Dr. Garuba and the rest of the NDIS team, and here you are 1 year later with a full-fledged feature film that promises to really be a landmark film. And now he has come back to testify to that effect, but also now confidently say, the film is done. Please, colleagues, come on board, put your name as associate producer, put your name as executive producer. And this is what filmmakers do. So now with this round of funding, you have your name in the light on the marquee of the film. But then it also helps him raise some more money in order to market the film, distribute the film, and those kinds of things. And so that's all I have to say. I'm extremely, extremely proud of this young man. And I encourage my colleagues to jump in. He's asking for 5 million naira, which is pretty much what some of you are going to spend tonight at dinner. So go ahead and surround this brother, and let's make a statement out of this. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chike. That was very, very nice of you. And I think he has given us an idea. We don't have to invest. We could be mentors as well, which is not a bad thing, because here we can see a very successful story from last year's event.
There's actually a question online. It's probably directed at the chairman CEO of NITCOM. It says, is there an official channel to be able to guard against scammers, guard against diaspora from investment scammers? And I believe Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa, the chairman, will be able to answer that. The question is there an official channel for diasporan investors to be protected against scammers?
We're just right about trying to set up an investment portal. We wanted to launch it at this Diaspora Day, but it's still not ready. But Mr. Lewis,
yes,
you're also part of the people setting it up.
Yes.
So, but what we do is still, we work with EFCC. EFCC has a desk. So if there are any issues, you come to us, we take it to EFCC. But we must have a portal that would, but I believe that before, well, don't let me say, by the first quarter of next year, it should be ready. So a portal where you want to invest, the young lady said, what you said, you are looking for this, put it there, and we put it together. We'll work with the gentleman who just spoke on the, as well as Amina and Beode Dominic. So we get a team together. It's something we hope we can do. Theodore, you have an answer?
Yes. And
to
yes, in addition to that,
yes.
In addition to that, just as we have said, all those people who want to engage from diaspora, please come through the right channel, like NITCOM, like NDIS. Yes. These are the things that NITCOM have put forward to be able to guard against anybody from falling victim of all the scammers.
So
go through the official channel of NITCOM.
So we'll keep reiterating that message that we are there for you. We are your safety in Nigeria. So people still go through wrong channels and get into trouble, then run to us. So we keep reiterating that we are your embassy in Nigeria. Thank you.
This is what we were talking about when we said the government should put in places favorable conditions for investors. This is one of the things. Excellent job.
Thank you very much. You can come down.
So now we can go to our next picture. Bob Olukoya, Diaspora Fund for Grassroots Sports, please. Mr. Bob Olukoya.
Bob Olukoya. Is he here? Okay, so next person.
We can move to the next one, and when he signals his presence, we can accommodate him. For now, we have Olupunto Pawohure, Chief. Is Chef Ponti's place?
Round of applause, Olufunto.
Olufunto.
You have 3 minutes, and please deliver your pitch.
3 minutes to pitch. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to pitch. I'll stand on the existing protocols, and I'll also say a very big thank you to Honorable Abike Dabere. She's a woman like me, and so I'm happy. I hope you adopt me as a mentee. So I'm here to ask for 36 million naira. Over the years, I'm a self-trained chef, and I've cooked for 15 years, first as a volunteer, and I also moved on to encourage other young girls like me to do the same. So I've done seminars and awareness campaigns across the Southwest states. And so now I want to transition more people into the clean cooking awareness in order to lend our voice to the climate awareness that is going on around the world. We want everyone to stop using firewood to cook your bottom pot jollof. We want you to now begin to think about positive ways to do it better. And so we want to take this to the grassroots. We want everybody to know that the climate crises are real, and that as Nigerians, we must join the global stage to lend our voice to it. So across 774 local governments in Nigeria, 1 million naira per state, and also inclusive of collaborations with other clean cooking sensitization organizations and clean cook companies. I want investors, I want collaborators, and other people to not only bring money, we also look at networking, because after telling them about the clean cooking transition, we also help them to learn little healthy cooking skills that they can use to scale and get decent jobs for themselves as young girls and women. I'm very open to take questions at this point. Thank you.
Any questions? Just raise your hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I see you.
Thank you very much. I love the fact that you're panning towards the climate. Of course, and that's a big conversation right now. The question I have is, you would want, the people in the rural communities that use the firewood, if you want them to stop using firewood, what's the replacement? Because you need to think about that. And I want you to tell me how you want to run that. Because if it's, for example, this is just an example, if you say start using gas, then the woman has to start thinking about how to fill the gas cylinder. They don't have gas stations near where they live. So what have you thought through that? I would like to know, what's the replacement, and how easy and how sustainable? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question, and I'm even glad you asked. We don't want them to transition now. They will run into debt. Somebody who has not started feeding herself. We want sensitization for them to even be aware that there's climate crisis looming. Now it's not even more global warming. They say it's global burning, and so actions needs to be taken, and part of it is stakeholder engagement, sensitization, and this is why this awareness is very important. We want our secondary school students, we want our university girls, we want our women to know more. A lot is being done on advocacy and this climate awareness, but more needs to be done, and so my passion over the years, I've even taken courses in Cambridge, I've gotten scholarships from people, and I've taken courses, clean cooking awareness, sensitization, 2 courses, Paris Agreement and the law from Cambridge on scholarship. And so if I was able to do that as a young lady, I want more women to know that you don't even need to travel out to get this education that we need. Let's know it. Let's equip ourselves with knowledge. Then we can ask investors to come and give us clean cooks, government to help us, but we don't even know what we're asking for. If you ask a woman in the room now, and somebody does not even know what is clean cooking transition. So that's the education and sensitization we want more people in the country to be aware of. Thank you.
I love it. Second, can you just keep your hand up? We've got too many questions. We've got 1, 2, 3. Please keep your hands up. I'm going to go to this lady. And then yes, there.
Thank you, sir. Good day, all. My name is Ade Adedeji. I am an entrepreneur and a farmer. My question to you first, that well done, you're doing a good well. I am a climate changer campaign person too. But my question to you now is that you are looking for 36 million investor.
No, ma.
What?
36 million naira.
What? And for what?
For clean cooking awareness sensitization across the 36 states from Chef Funti's place. I said I'm a self-trained chef.
Yes.
So in acknowledging this knowledge gap, I have over the years trained myself. I've over the years used my own money to do awareness and these lessons. So I think that more can be done. Is why I'm now coming out and asking for more help. NCCC is doing a lot. So that's why I said not only money, collaborations. I could be a resource person. I know this thing. And so I want to join force with people who know it. There's climate crisis. What are we doing? That's what I'm stirring up in those young women. Thank you.
My sister, yes, I understand all your contribution points. But this 36 million,
yes, ma'am,
you are looking for, you want them to support you with.
Yes.
Is it for free? Or you want people to invest in you with that money? If you are looking for free, then it's a grant. Let them know. If you say you are looking for 36 million, for now, for women, is a big money.
Thank you so much, ma.
So
this
better
is Chef
you
Funti's
clarify that point.
Okay, ma. Like I said,
To
Chef
what
Funti's
we
place is
understand
registered.
is she is looking for investment so that she can actually
do more. Well,
so she can actually do the
do more because my pictures
do
have
more
the
means
fact that
to
we
make
have
the
done
awareness,
some.
yes, to actually create
Do
the
more,
awareness to
more
people.
awareness across the 774
The
local
nation,
governments.
yeah,
Yes,
across the
1
nation.
million per state. That and it can even be
Order
broken
in the
down.
house.
Yes.
Order in the house. Let's hear from our presenter. Please go on.
Thank you so much. So I said it's not only if my slides can be brought up again, not only money. Money is very important because 1 million naira for each state will take care of the participants coming together, the training time we will give them. I've taught a lady how to make puff puff. And I'll tell you now, in the last 5 years, she has used that to support her family. So it's not even only maybe return on investment or the 1 million naira that is the major thing. For instance, I'm open to networking, to join force with some other organizations who see us as a resource material to be able to do more sensitization. So money is just part of it.
Yes.
It's not the only thing. Thank you.
Olufunto,
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you are stirring up the room. I like this. You are stirring up the whole room.
Yes,
All right?
she did.
So
Now everybody is awake.
I've not seen this many hands, but I want to say 2 things.
Yes,
One,
sir.
I'm from Lagos State, so 1 million, that's me. Right? That's number 1. Right? And number 2, I get it. What you are saying is what we call impact investing. Right? So that's it. So with impact investing, the priority is not necessarily the return on financial investment. That's what she was trying to explain. But maybe she's just not as eloquent as I am. You can clap for me. Yeah? as Honorable Abike will say, his mouth is too sweet. But now look, sweet mouth is working.
Yeah, so maybe the
Yeah?
reason why we have 36 million is because 1 million from each state.
From
36
each state,
states.
yes, because we will gather
Okay.
young women. I wish the video could be shown again.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go for the next question now. But
Okay,
today, see me, I'm representing my own state.
Thank
That's number
you,
one.
sir.
So how many more people will have representing their states? Somebody is raising. Oh, we have Honorable.
Hi, I'm just going to ask.
So we have
number-
2 million.
Oh.
And the gentleman raising his hand, maybe. Okay. Oh, Aikiti also is giving out their 1 million, so 3 million already. More people from more states. From my state, Kano State, I'm giving out the 1 million. So, and our interventionist from Lagos State. Lagos, okay, it's been, okay. So Lagos also, like we have Lagos State already chip in.
Okay, can I go on now? Okay, I'll be very quick. I think my first question has already been addressed. The second question is, how do we get involved with your project? Because obviously what you're saying is going to make a significant change in people's lives. So I want to know, how do we get involved and what is the process to this?
Thank you so much, Ma. The previous speaker mentioned that mentorship is very important. So I'd like to go through NIDCOM, our mother organizers of this event, go through them, they'll reach and we'll be able to talk about this one afterwards. You know, the organizers of this event, they mentored us even through the pitching session. We've been having pitching sessions. They've been training us. They've been teaching us how to position and you know, get successful at not only pitching, at executing this, our leadership skills and the rest of it. So I want to say that on that note, the collaborations will come from both NIDCOM, NDIS, and Chef Fonti's Place, which I represent. Thank you so much.
And of course, the discussions continue even after she's finished.
And also, Olufunto, you're causing trouble here. Everywhere there are questions, right? So there's a limit to what we can do. I think I've counted 7 hands so far, or even more. So
yeah,
I'm just going to leave it to Almin Waziri.
What you're doing is actually good and lovely, but we would like to know, what are the alternative sources that you're looking at?
Please say that again. Thank you.
Alternative sources. If you say stop using firewood, what?
The alternative sources.
Are you saying, is this CNG they are
to
going back
using
to?
firewood.
Are you going to be around for the Lagos training? You would unlock that at that training. Somebody has already paid for Lagos training. I would advise you to come for that training as well, because it's not me teaching alone. Equipped people are coming to give us knowledge about this topic. Please join the one in your state and look out for us. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm trying to interpret here. Olufunto,
Yes,
I
sir.
understand this is why
His
you're
question.
getting these voices.
Yes.
There's a way you're answering that people are not understanding. What he's
sorry
saying
about
is, if Mama in the village stops using wood,
Yes.
what should she use to cook?
In place
He just
of
wants to hear that. And I
Thank
get
you
what
so
you're
much.
saying. If you come to the training,
Yes.
but that's not what he wants to hear. He wants to
He
hear
wants to
a
know
soft answer,
what he will use.
something
Okay.
tangible.
Thank
That's
you
what he
very
wants
much.
to hear. Yeah.
Instead
I
of using
think,
firewood, you can use the cooking gas.
Yes.
There are organizations that we have partnered with that have sensitized us on how to use. One organization is, I'm not advertising for them, but Peace Stove. Peace Stove even has a payment plan from their organization. Once you stop paying, they can turn it off from their office. They stop, you will not be able to use the gas. SOSI initiative can give you an alternative or cooking stove, and you can pay in installments. So they have a bundle of affordable substitutions. That's why I said come to the training. There, you know, it depends on the cadre. Maybe a market woman, we know what to give her. Somebody who is maybe a government official, we know that you can afford a level of instrumental payment of a cooking gas. you know, and like I said, we're open to partnering with energy organizations, institutions that sell these things and can bring it out at affordable
Thank you very
prices.
much, Ms. Olofunto. This global warming is a very, very diverse topic that we can go on and on and on today. So I think the discussion continues, and she is available, she is around. We can keep the networking for the next 3 days and beyond. Let us go to the next picture. Mr. Sorry? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. She wants to just, make her closing remarks.
I want to say a very big thank you to the organizers of this event again, because this is a platform that will impact the future generation. I want to say thank you to Honorable Abike Dabiri. Thank you. Please help me celebrate her, please, with a clap offering, yes. Thank you so much. I'll take a bow.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. That's a very interesting topic, and the topic that we can keep talking about. I mean, it's about our world at the end of the day. So before our next picture, our interventionist can make a little remarks about the 3 pictures so we don't accumulate.
All right. Hello. Hello. Yes, I'll just talk about the 3, pitch startups or companies. So I'll start with her. I would be sincere that she used her passion very well here, and that's probably what got her support. But out of this room, I'm not sure if she's listening right now, she needs to sort of go and recalibrate. Because what she came here to do really was to sell an NGO, not a company. No, that's number one. And if you listen to her statement, everything she kept saying was sensitization, capacity building, advocacy. None of those things are business terms. So out of this room, I'm thankful for Honorable Dabiri and everyone who has raised their hands to support. But in terms of sustainability, beyond this room, even the impact investors will ask you more questions that you try to avoid here. They will ask you questions around your financial model, because even when people give you 1 million, I'm not sure how 1 million is able to support many women in any state using renewable energy right now. And so in terms of scalability of what you want to do, you want to be able to critically ask those questions. I think that's the same question also that has to do with Chiki Films. I think for him, he also came to make a film presentation here, and I see a difference. Creatives are not business people. So everything that has to do with financial investment, money, valuation of the company, he could not really answer. Very good idea, very good business, very good production, but I would advise you as a founder, go and search for a finance person in your team. You don't have to be the sole person who is the producer thinking about investment. Every creative has a strength. So if you're not able to answer questions regarding financial investment, get somebody on the team who is a CTO who can answer those questions. When you get to the table of investors, and when Honorable is not there, trying to support you with NIDCOM, they will ask you figures. And so you might not be able to answer those questions around figures. You need to be able to get a partner who understands the business language of investors. Because beyond the buyers in the room, outside here are sharks who are waiting for their ROI. I'm sure some of them are already saying yes. And last one is on extreme visual. Very great idea with respect to storytelling with the creative industry, with the village and all of that. I just wanted to point to you that you also are looking for grants and you're looking for publicity. Try to ensure that some of your video productions are done with UNESCO heritage sites, because you're not talking business. With such, landscape documentary, using states that have UNESCO heritage sites, you can tap into global funds that can give you grants. So here also, I see states also trying to support you, but you need to be able to tell the difference between an NGO seeking for grants and donations and a business that is speaking to terms. The theme of the conference is Nigerian Diaspora Investment Summit, not advocacy or grant summit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adenuga. That's a very interesting observation. Thank you so much. So our next speaker is Emeka Charles Nwanko from Beta Nova. Mr. Emeka Charles Nwanko. Mr. Emeka, you have 3 minutes
All right, thank you.
for your presentation. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. And permit me to stand on every existing protocol. Before I begin, I would like to say thank you to everyone here, the diaspora, for coming back to be an agent of change. My name is Emeka Wankwo, and I am the founder and CEO of Bevanova, a fashion industry based in Nigeria, Abuja here, and we are focused on turning discarded fabrics into high fashion apparels. So we have been in existence since 2017. We have been in existence since 2021, May 17th, and over time, we've made so much efforts through our initiatives and our creativity, trying to, more importantly, sorry for all that. Excuse me. This is my first time on stage like this. So I'm really nervous.
You are doing great.
I'm really nervous, but with the few minutes I have, let me just rephrase myself. We are focused. Don't worry, we are focused. I'll use passion right now. So we're focused on turning discarded fabrics into high-end quality fashion. The idea is to help join the fight to solve climate change, where we don't have to really discard your fabrics, but you can also, we are creating like a second value chain for discarded fabric. Like, you don't have to discard them, and in a situation where maybe you want to give them out to someone, and you don't want to give exactly that same idea back to the person, because it might look like, yes, you just used it and then you're just giving it away. You can bring it over to us, and then we can tweak it, turn it over to something really, really new. You understand? And then it gives like a second value for you to just bring it back into the market. There's a whole lot of investment opportunities and a whole lot of financial gains that could come out of this. And that's what I'm actually offering to you, that through my company, you can actually share or partake in that profit sector of the fashion industry. So I hear right now, I'd like to welcome questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That is another recycling and sustainability business. Fashion, turning used materials into new materials. That is very, very innovative. Do we have questions for Mr. Emeka, Charles? There are hands raised. Can we get the microphone to them, please?
Yes, we do. So we see this gentleman first. And so who was the second person? I saw another hand. One person and two. 1, 2.
Thank you very much. My name is Professor John Osongwa. I am a climate change expert. So what you're preaching resonates with me. We need to have these kinds of innovative ideas to recycle things. But what you have presented is so scant. It doesn't give the meat. You take old clothes, you repurpose them, you recycle them. In the business pitch, you didn't go into how long you've been doing this, whether you're actually making money with it or is a social enterprise, what your projections are. You didn't even go into what you actually produce with the used clothes. Is it just clothes washed and repurposed, or are you creating new products from what you have? So just give us a little bit more. But I like what you're doing. That's what we need. Thank you.
So you can give us a little bit of details about what you do. Mr. Emeka, can you answer the question he just asked?
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
First of all, before the moderators will actually ask me, I'm asking for an investment sum of 15 million naira in exchange for 20% equity in the business. Now, back to the question. Well, the business actually generates 6 to 10 million naira annually for now. And what we do with the fabrics is that it's not just fabric that we recollect. Also printing materials like the flex, the flock material that they use for printing as well. When you go to UTC Area 10, I believe everybody should know that location. You see that most of the flex and the fabrics are also cut out of there. This can actually be used for any other purpose. Now I can take like any shirt, like this shirt I'm putting on right now. Once I'm done with it, not this whole piece is done with, but I could easily cut out this arm right now, and then I could use it in place of a pocket on a pants or whatever. So that's like the second value chain I'm creating right here, right, with my brand. It's 35% of the company of our creativity is only dedicated to that aspect. So that does also give room for a whole new creation to come in place in the company. So I don't know if I answered your question correctly.
Does that answer your question, sir? Okay, yes, of course, the discussion can continue. We have 3 more days and beyond that as well. You want to ask a question? The microphone, please. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Great job you're doing. It's not easy to be an entrepreneur at this time, so you're doing well, and then your stage well as well. So my question was almost what he asked, because I wanted to know your model for operating your business. So in terms of collecting this, let's say, waste, this old clothes, how do you do that? How do you collect this old materials to recycle? One, that's two. You didn't mention your financials because nothing about it was mentioned. So I think that's what investors will like to hear. What do you need now? Why are you here? Thank you.
Okay. How will we collect these fabrics? We have my team. I have a few people that I work with. So we give ourselves like a monthly tax. Now, at the end of every month, we reach out to people to ask them, look, do you have this or that, any of these fabrics or any of your clothing or any of these materials that will actually be of use to us, rebranding any of them. So we go around monthly, we reach out to people to know if they have any of that, and then we recollect them, and then we put that in place. Without reaching out to them as well, there are also other moves we try to make to not live in person. If we can't meet you in person, we also reach out to you through the social media. So it's also out there. You can go to our social media accounts and then you can see like information backing it up.
Yeah, of course. So technology. So we can maybe you have a site or something we can if we have clothes to give, or do you buy or do you just collect? I think this is
good.
What is the process, or how do you collect these used clothes?
Yeah, we reach out to people. We go to them.
Okay.
We want to, what we're seeking right now, like she said, the second question she asked is that we are seeking for 15 million naira in exchange for 20% equity in the business. Now, the reason why we need this money is to create a fabric recollection center and also create a physical brand presence for ourselves, and a training center as well to also educate people on how to also transform the discarded fabrics. You don't have to burn them at every point after use. You can also recycle them to also keep the climate, the world safe, you understand? And to make it easier for us, we also need to make the office a multi-purpose kind of office where you can come to deposit this fabric yourself for probably some kind of incentive or whatever agreement that might be underneath. Now, there's a whole lot of value, market value into this. Behind the deposit, people are coming to use fabrics, not to repurpose them, not just for clothing, wallpapers, you know, the chairs you're sitting on right now, your shoes, you know. So there are a whole lot of things you can use discarded fabrics for, not just bringing them back, because I know that a whole lot of high-class personnel here might not want to buy an already used fabric. So but then you can introduce it back to them.
So, Mr.
in other
Emeka,
form.
if I get this correct, you are asking for 15 million for 25%?
Yes, for 20%, sorry.
For 20% of your company. Did you tell us how much your company is worth?
The company is worth 75 million naira.
75 million naira.
Yes.
Okay. And you specialize in recycling clothes, shoes?
Yes, we are. 35% of the company, actually. So it's not all of it. The other 65% is for creating totally new
Okay.
outfits.
So you deal in new clothes
yeah,
as
it's
well.
just 35%, just to. It's an effort for us to join in the climate and the fight against climate change.
Yes. Yeah. Can we? Yes. Go ahead. The interventionist would like to make a comment.
Yeah, I think you're solving many problems in one: wastage, pollution. So just one simple question: What you're wearing, is it from your brand?
This is my brand, actually.
So this is recycled.
You didn't
This is
mention.
my brand, and there's an inscription at the back of my shirt, and it's like a true story. I'm a true believer of someone who, I work with this quote: if you leave the hood, make sure you leave the door open, and that's make sure you leave foot marks. That once you become a successful person through a particular idea, make sure there are other people you're bringing out of the hood with you through that your particular idea. So there's an inscription at my back which I'll turn quickly for you to read.
Maybe you can turn around so we can see it clearly.
Exactly. I think it's beautiful.
Rag to riches. That's a good one. Thank you so much, Mr. Emeka. You are doing a good job here. Thank you so much. And the discussion will continue. Because of time, I think we would like to move on to the next feature. Thank you so much. That's a brilliant. Yes, go ahead.
Just one last
Yes,
thing.
go ahead.
The man being a whole lot of people have talked about here, Mr. Chike Wonfia. I don't know, he's a saint, I don't know. He is the one who actually gave me like the first boost for my business. And that was a couple of years ago. And up to now, he's been with me. So I would like to just give him like a special regards, and yeah, it's someone that you people should also look out for. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Our next feature is Destiny Omon, Nollywood Ghana chapter. Destiny Omon from Nollywood Ghana chapter, please come to the stage. Thank you.
Destiny Omo. Is Destiny Omo here? All right, we'll move on. Dr. Uche Ibe, made in Nigerian fashion. Dr. Uche Ibe, made in Nigerian fashion. Are you here? Please go up to the podium.
Made in Nigerian fashion. Are you here?
Yes, she is.
She is. Fantastic. Welcome, madam.
Thank you. Good evening. they play the slide?
Slide, please.
No, this is not the
Go on, please.
Sorry, I think
Go
we're
on,
having,
please.
I think we're having a little bit of a technical problem or something. Thank you so much. Good evening, all. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Dr. Uche Ibe. I'm a family medicine practitioner, the founder and CEO of Med in Nigerian Textile.
You're welcome, madam.
Thank you. So it's Med in Nigerian Textile, Mint. Okay, so Mint is actually duly registered with CAC since last year. And what we're actually doing is to promote the rich heritage and creative culture of Nigeria through actually bringing together all the indigenous fabrics as well as the made in Nigerian textiles. And we know very well that our culture is very rich, very conspicuous in its heritage, which shows in our textile and indigenous fabric. So we're actually putting this together to promote it within Nigeria and outside the country. We also know the problem, basically, that this cultural rich heritage is underutilized. We're not involved in the fashion world as we're supposed to be. We're not involved in revolutionizing the fashion, which is actually the trending industry as well. So Mint is actually Made in Nigerian Textile is coming in to bridge that gap. So what we have created is what we call Face Mint, which is Festival of Made in Nigerian Textiles. And this is a festival that we do within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. I am a diasporan myself, so we do it in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. The Festival of Made in Nigeria Acts comes with exhibition and also pageantry. And then we have a fashion house, which is the Mint clothing line that we are creating. And you could see some of those that we just had. Sorry, I just left my slide and started talking. Sorry, so go to the next one. So the Mint brand is actually closing the gap. And what we're doing in that is to produce the design to export outside Nigeria. So I'm here to request for 500,000 USD. And that will actually help. This is actually an angel investor. That's what we're looking for, to establish the fashion house, scale up production, as well as marketing efforts, and expand our team. Our return on investment, we have 3 categories. So the first tier is 500,000 If you invest that, that will be a 25% return on investment for 5 consecutive years with another 1% equity for every 500. So the other one is a 300,000 USD, and that is also 20% for 5 consecutive years. And then the last tier is the 100 to 200, and that one is actually annual 15%. So basically, Mint have done a little bit of our, our research. Please go to the next slide. And we have an estimated 1 billion naira, $1 billion in our market size, and growth is about 15% annually. And we have a unique selling point, which is the 100% authentic made in Nigerian fabrics. We also have the specialty stores that we're working with in the US. We're already contacting some of them, Target and the rest of some of these stores, to actually have our clothing line in the market in the US. As well as job creation, we will also help contribute and promoting the culture of Nigeria as well. So to the next slide, please. So the marketing strategy, we plan online visibility, so we'll be investing so much on that. And just like I mentioned, we have about 10 stores that will be putting our clothing line in the stores, and also work with some influencers as well. So this is just to call for action. And if you invest in Mint, you'll be part of the revolutionary measures in the clothing industry for Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Any questions?
There's someone way back there. Where's the microphone?
Yes.
There's someone at the back
at
there.
the end, yeah. Please
That
come
way,
and pass the
at the
microphone
end.
to her.
Thank you. Okay. My name is Adejoke Lasisi. Beautiful presentation, ma. As a sustainable expert, I would like to know how you are trying to make sure that you are not adding to the problem of fast fashion. What are you doing about it, or what are you going to do about it? I would like to know that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. When you say fast fashion, what exactly do you mean?
Okay, thank you. So last few months, there was an article in the UK by the recyclers, people that recycle textile waste, and they were like, they can't really handle the number of the cloths anymore to recycle because of the way people consume. Like, not eating, I'm talking about fashion now, the dresses, the way people buy. Like, some people just wear clothes once. So what are you doing about that? Are you making sure that your clients, like probably there's a repair place whereby you tell them that if their cloth has some issues or something, you can help them repair it? Or when they just use it and has a problem, you just sell another one for them, and you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, fast.
Okay, thank you so much. I know the clothing industry, actually, when I have a problem with my clothes, I go to my tailor. We're actually trying to establish a fashion house where the clothing will be actually produced, made, and sold in the stores and outside the country and in department stores. So we're not handling used materials, or we're not repairing your clothes when it's damaged, because we are online, marketing strategy. That's what we have. Thank you.
Does that answer your question? Thank you so much. Any more questions for Madame?
So it's just a comment on the fast fashion comment. Because I could relate it with what we did also for the lady that talked about the climate thing. And I really think this is what I think, that it's more of awareness. Because you see some that will say, I only wear my clothes once. There are people like that. They pride in doing so. They don't even want to sew, or if anything hooks it somewhere, they would rather throw it away. So I think it's about I think it's more of awareness. That's my thought about that question.
Okay.
But for you, Matt, I see that you do quite a lot. Well, we don't have so much time to do analysis, though, but I feel the market you're in is also a very highly competitive market, because we're having quite a number of fashion designers going into African fabrics and innovation. There's a lot of innovation coming up in that area. And I would have loved to see how you could break down that return on investment, rather than say, okay, on 500,000, what have you done so far? Where's the evidence that you can actually get that return on investment? I know it's not broken down further, your presentation, but I would have loved to see your record, your track record till date.
Thank you.
That is something that the investors who want to engage with you will discuss further. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moderator.
Sorry, I didn't see dresses for the younger generation and children. And when you look at the high population of, this strata of people, you discover that the turnover of the clothes they wear, they are more than the elders. So are you considering that constituency? Thank you.
Okay, fashion is trending, and people will continue to buy clothes. So what we're trying to do is actually encourage the young ones and even the older ones to actually support the creative economy. And basically what we're trying to do, in the country now, outside the country, China is producing our materials. China is producing Ankara. Now Ghana is producing Adire, and they're sold on eBay, they're sold in Alibaba. They're all over the place. People will continue to buy clothing as long as they live. So what we're trying to do is to be a part of that fashion industry so that we can promote our own heritage, which is very creative, our culture and our indigenous fabrics. So that's basically what Mint is trying to do.
Thank you so much. Does that answer the gentleman's question? If we don't have any more questions, I will invite our interventionist to make a quick summary on what our pitchers have talked about and the session we had.
Thank you very much. I think so far it's been a very wonderful time hearing all the few pitches that we've had tonight. And I think in this room we have lots of people who are credible and who can bring more to the table beyond just their financial resources. And I think one of the other aspects I wanted to point out to everyone who has pitched here is that the diaspora is also watching. So what you're doing here is beyond everybody said watching you. I know of many, of course, contact persons who are also glued watching this virtually. And just also a feedback with respect to Made in Nigeria Textile. I think it's a wonderful idea, but I just want to re-echo, of course, what one of the participants already mentioned, that when it comes to fabrics such as this, very innovative, everybody's aspiring to get into the fashion world and also sell the African brand, but there has to be some level of uniqueness, which of course in the business world you call the USP. What makes unique selling points, what makes this special? In France or in Paris where I'm based, I can point to 10 diaspora persons within our network, Friends of Nigeria, who are doing the exact same thing. And that's just in France. If you move to Geneva, you move to Belgium and all of that, you have many more people. And she's also already targeting the US market. So in all of these dynamics, it would be nice to, of course, that for opportunities, it's very important to be able to mention. For her, maybe an impact point could have been, for instance, if you buy a fashion fabric, for everyone who buys, we're going to probably tailor the 10% or 20% of the profit margin to develop women in rural villages in Nigeria. That could be a USP to say, okay, we are not just money driven, we could, so people here are also conscious of impact, and it's important that we also speak to that impact. It could also be, for instance, for all our fabrics, we source them from rural people. We don't just go to the high class ends, right? And so for every time you patronize us as a vendor, you are empowering somebody in Elisha, somebody in Ijebu. And so every diaspora member, even though they can't physically come back home, they can at least know that if we buy Mint's products, we might be able to create employment indirectly. And this speaks to other, persons who have pitched. Just on our own end, I'm not sure if the person is still in the room, but I wanted to say, for instance, if Cheeky Films is still around, I'll be happy to make a connection, yes, between him and a major French organization that we have a partnership with for you to be able to produce your films in France at no cost to you. So that's a partnership that
a round of applause for that.
And also, I think I noted, is it Extreme Visual doing something around rural empowerment? So if you're also in the room, it would be nice to see how we can support you from diaspora and connect you with UNESCO headquarters because they are based in Paris, and so we'll be happy to broker that partnership. And last but not the least, also for Chef Futi, please, our advice, of course, that let's take it that you're an NGO. It's easier to make the case for your impact case, not investment. So if that is the case, we'll be happy to see how the diaspora network that we have in Europe can be able to support you. But of course, you need to address the fact that in terms of the sustainability, I know 1 million might sound big, but the question around if you use the 1 million, how many women can be empowered with renewable energy sources critically? So I think the money is even underpriced for the kind of projects that you want to embark on. So I'll first say go back to drawing table, and of course with NIDCOM in partnership, we can be able to promote you within diaspora network and be able to allow people to be able to leverage your platform. One thing probably might be essential is that everybody here should also, I've talked about technology, very important because it allows for scalability. So here funds have been raised, but for people in diaspora like myself who would like to support you, is there a platform where you can, come online and be able to have that and say for every 1 million, in the Ekiti indigens in abroad, Edo indigens abroad can be able to, solve the problem of local people, and those chefs that you've mentioned can begin to become sustainable chefs. So if that technology can be done, then it makes it easier because you are solving a problem that is also a concern for members of the diaspora, and that's what we'll be happy to also support you with. But in all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity, and we look forward to greater collaboration.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would really like to appreciate the organizers of this event and the Honorable Abike Dabri. I say thank you again for what you do and all the people involved in organizing this. It's a pleasure to be here today. And yes, we are actually creating jobs for those artisans, and we will be sourcing our materials locally. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for her.
Thank you so much. Creative and cultural, sports and entertainment industry cannot be overemphasized. In fact, in France, where we come from, like he said, it is what is moving the country. Paris is the capital, global cultural capital. They don't have petrol, they don't have as much mineral resources as we have, but they are developed. Why? Because of their rich cultural heritage and entertainment capacity. They just capitalize on their creative arts, films, industry, and the government invests heavily on culture and entertainment. I think Nigeria should learn and do the same, because actually what I see in Nigeria, I don't even see half of it. I mean, the ability and the creativeness, I didn't see half of it in France, but And yet, there they are, being the world capital of entertainment and passion. While here, people are doing much, much better and very self-sustaining, because the way I see everybody being very creative, I am impressed. I mean, we are all impressed. And I hope that we will get all the supports we need, both from our government and our diaspora and whoever is in position to help. We thank the organizers of this event and CEO of NIDCOM, our beloved sister. Thank you so much for putting this together. It meant a lot, and we'll continue to work together. We will see Nollywood going, as far as we are concerned, till Hollywood. Already we are in Cannes and we are doing great things. They came, they impressed. We did one show and here we are. We are coming over and over and they keep asking for us. If we are not there, they will call us. I think this is a big improvement and a showcase of Nigerian talent as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to our moderator. Please, I would like to invite Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa and the summit coordinator, Dr. Badewa, to please come up and take a picture with the moderator and the interventionist. Please, we want to really appreciate, can we appreciate them for this session? Thank you very much. Quick housekeeping while the picture is being taken. Dr. Badewa, please, can you come and join them? Quick housekeeping while the pictures are being taken. We are coming to the end of today's activities. Due to time constraints, we have had to move the manufacturing sectoral pitches to Thursday. Manufacturing will pitch on Thursday, not today, because we have run out of time today. We are having a late lunch. So as soon as we break, as soon as we come to an end today, we go for lunch. There is lunch being served. Sorry that we're serving it a bit late, but I guess it has been an interesting and engaging day for everyone. Thirdly, kindly note that dinner tickets for the dinner on Thursday are still available for those who have not purchased theirs. Dinner ticket is at 50,000 naira each for those who will want to be part of the celebration at the end of this activity we are having. That is available. Meet any of the committee members and we shall let you know how you can get your tickets. For those who have paid, make sure you get your ticket. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to tell you that we have ended today's activities. It's our distinct pleasure to end today's activities, and we invite you to join us for lunch. Lunch is served. Thank you.
Dinner is served. Dinner is served.
Lunch, late lunch.
You to go and eat.
There's such a rush, my baby, slow down, come find your love. I'm hoping you see me, come serve it up. Loving when you